So I finally saw the brand new animated masterpiece known as the Emoji Movie, and like, come on, guys, you know that I'm not serious whatsoever. And this film resonated with me in such a negative way, not because of the story or the cringy things that some of the characters do, which, don't get me wrong, they're all absolutely terrible. But it wasn't until the very ending that just put the final nail into the coffin and just buried it to the absolute core of the planet. And that's easily the message that it brings across to this younger generation. Like, a message that was just so bad. Like, I can't even fathom that people sat in a boardroom and had this meeting and thought this was a fantastic idea. Like, I cannot believe that. So what I'm going to do here in this video, I'm going to cover some of the spoilers of the Emoji Movie. If you guys have seen this movie, I'm deeply sorry. Stick around and watch this video. If you guys haven't seen the movie, good for you. Stick around and watch this video. Because the message that it tries to bring across, like, it genuinely pissed me off. And hopefully this is going to be enough to where I can save you guys and you don't have to experience this absolute monstrosity of a film. Don't let little Jimmy or Susie drag you to the movie theater. No, I'm here to save you guys. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the synopsis of the film. So the whole premise of the Emoji Movie is that the meh emoji by the name of Gene dreams of making it to the emoji favorites board onto the phone of the user named Alex. And due to a freak accident causing Gene to be on the run from the higher-ups, he goes on a journey along with another emoji named High Five in hopes of fitting in with the society that is known as Textopolis inside Alex's phone. Because of their quest across Alex's wallpaper, they go through various sequences of apps such as Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, and Just Dance. Seriously, this happens in the movie, to gain more knowledge of how to get reprogrammed and ultimately accomplish their dreams in Textopolis. So they come across a hacker named Jailbreak, in which she has a dream of her own of becoming one with the cloud so she can live eternally as she guides them through the wallpaper. And while all these sequences are happening, we get different cutbacks to Alex trying to talk to this girl he goes to school with, but he cannot muster up the guts to ask her out to this upcoming dance. He clearly has feelings for her, but he can't figure out a way to properly ask her out, so he does so by sending her different emojis to get her attention, which doesn't work at first. And due to the sequences that happen within the phone caused by the emojis, Alex's phone goes off during class, resulting him in being embarrassed in front of his peers. So it's Alex's idea to take his phone to the nearest electronics store to wipe his phone clean to save him from any embarrassment and compromise what he wants to ask this girl he has interested. But it turns out that the same girl is in that same electronics store that Alex is in, and he finally has the opportunity to ask her out. So, I mean, you guys got the whole premise and everything, but it's just so bad that it's ripping off on all these ideas such as the Lego Movie and Inside Out and Wreck-It Ralph, but it does it so bad at copying them that it's a complete failure at copying them. But you know what, I try to excuse it for once because I was like, you know what, it's a kid's movie and nothing absolutely atrocious happened within this film yet. And then the ending happens, and the message was made very clear. So Alex is getting his phone erased, and while all that's happening, the emojis are getting de-res, like they are dying, but Alex is trying to figure out how to ask this girl out. Now, this whole film builds up the concept that these kids are so attached to their phones, like their entire life is within the palm of their hand. Now, there's seriously a scene in there where kids bump into each other, and upon falling down, they take a selfie. I'm not playing. That happens within the film. Also, there's a part where this one kid is talking to Alex and he's just like, human words are boring. Don't use human words. Use emojis instead. I'm not playing. That happens within the film. Alright, so now, this is Alex's big break. This is his Super Bowl. It's his time to shine now. Now, you think to yourself, Alex is not going to worry about his phone. He's going to simply walk over to the girl and ask her out properly. But guess what? That doesn't happen. Instead, he saves his phone at the last second and sends her a specific emoji to tell her how he really feels. So this girl sees it, and then she walks up to Alex, and I'm not playing. This really happens in the movie, and she says to him, wow, that's a really interesting and unique emoji. And he's all like, oh yeah, well, I guess so. I mean, do you want to go to the dance with me? And she responds with, yes, of course. And that absolutely infuriated me. Like, just the idea of, oh, you know what? Use emojis to get that person's attention and ultimately win their heart. I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but that does not happen in the real world. Now, I can only imagine if, like, let's say if Alex decides to not use his phone whatsoever, and he decides to go up to the girl and ask her out the old-fashioned way, to really bring up the ideas that you don't need little electronic emoticons to really express how you feel towards someone, but using the lost art of human interaction will always end up winning. If the girl says yes, then hey, you know what, good for you, congratulations. If the girl says no, then you know what, you tried, you gave it your best shot, and you can move on from life. Because honestly, the worst thing that a girl can say to you if you ask her out is when she says no. Unless if she laughs and calls you a piece of shit, and then you know what? At that point, you just be like, kiss my ass. That's when you know that she's not right for you. Dating advice 101 from Ryan Jacob, who reviews movies on YouTube. I mean, is it cheesy and cliche? I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. But for a kid's movie to establish that how phones can sometimes take over someone's life and that it's okay to drop it and have human interactions once in a while, I mean, that's a lot better than what we originally had. And you can look back at it and say, like, you know what? The movie was a complete piece of shit, but it has a nice little message for the youth of today and about how technology isn't everything, but it's what's around you that is important. I mean, it's not all about what's in here, but what's all around you that really matters. But instead we get, oh, hey, you know what? Use emojis to tell someone how you really feel and fuck human interactions. That's when I draw the line and say, fuck the Emoji Movie. It was just super unrealistic how the writers thought it was a great idea to bring this on screen. Like, this really happened. I saw this with my own 2 eyes. So I'm just gonna say this for any of the kids out there. Don't get wrapped up in dumb little shit such as emojis. You know, it's okay to drop your phone once in a while and experience life in general. I mean, yeah, it's cliche, but this is not better than what's out there, trust me. Which the Emoji Movie clearly does not establish and tells kids, you know, use emojis. And that's just really dumb, and I can't buy it. And this film is just dumb. People, don't go see this. I'm telling you, that message will piss you off just as much as me. And hopefully you guys are grateful to have Uncle Ryan here to tell you that all the emoji crap out there, it's all bullshit. Don't buy into it. Even though from time to time I do use emojis. So, I mean, the point is to not lose your ability to speak human words. That's all I'm saying. And you know what? That's how I view the Emoji Movie and how just this god-awful message just really inspired me to make this video. Now, for any of those poor souls out there, I want to know what you guys thought about the film in its entirety. We can have that discussion down below. And as always, you can follow me on all social media such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that shit down below. I'm going to leave every single link to the social media that I have in the description box below. If you guys like the video, comment the video, be sure to have that discussion with me, and as always, guys, may the force be with you.